Hey everybody, it's David Byrne from BrightLights. I wanted to answer a question that I get a lot, and that's why. Why are you doing this? And really, I think the background of all of this has to do with both my experience in financial regulation and prior to that as a financial advisor at Merrill Lynch, and then also just my love of sports. And from the love of sports, I've just grown up with sports. I've played it all my life and followed so many different guys and women and idolized them. And from an experience standpoint, as a financial regulator, I saw a lot of really bad things and a lot of people do very bad things. And I saw the underbelly of fraud and how much people can get away with. And on top of that, how little financial regulators have in terms of resources to be able to solve problems. They just don't have enough. And so my love of sports kept me kind of in line with everything that was going on. And you just continued to hear the stories of frauds against pro athletes. For the past 2 decades, it hasn't stopped. And I finally just said, who is protecting these guys? Who's doing anything to help these guys on the financial side? And there was no answer. And so I thought, this was my time. This was what I needed to do. I had the understanding of how to do investigations, how to do risk reviews and assessments of people's risks, as well as an understanding of the financial markets that my whole experience has taught me. And so that was why I'm doing BrightLights, to protect athletes from fraud and to stop them from being exploited so often, because many times these are young kids with little understanding of finance and a lot of times not a ton of education. Now, the cause and the aim for what I'm doing is to get the bad people out of the sports industry. The people, the bloodsuckers as they call them. The people that are just taking advantage of these kids because there's so much money in the game these days. And finally, there's always the question of, why am I doing what I'm doing? What is my belief structure? What got me here? And I'd say there's 2 main things. One would be, I think, just a moral code of a way, and I think I learned that from my parents. They're both doctors, and I have no scientific bone in my body, but I have felt that I could do something positive, and I felt that impact when I was working as a financial regulator, and I feel it now. And then 2, I just think this is the right thing to do. I see it happen too much. I'm continuing to see it as I'm doing this job with my clients, with other people, through all sorts of stories that I hear, and it's just something that's needed. And I think if we can rid the industry of the bad actors and protect these pro athletes, the benefits and the dividends that it will pay will be tenfold, because the athletes will have money to live on and they'll have money to invest in their communities and the cities that they came from, as well as the ones they play in. So hopefully that answers a little bit as to why I'm doing this, and I'll catch you next time.